Hello, my name is Sharay Reed, and I'm a professional bassist, author, and creator from Chicago, Illinois. I've gotten a chance to play with some of the best artists in the world, but many know me from a viral YouTube video. I've been in this music industry for over 25 years, and I've gotten to know some of the best musicians in the world that play for some of your favorite artists. These are their stories, and this is Travel, Taste, and Talk.
What happened to the kid that I sent you to get over at the studio? This was some months later.
Oh, wow.
And I don't even know if Donnie, I think he probably lost my number.
Yeah.
But he remembered my name. And he said it to Lil Tony, because Lil Tony was on the gig.
Yeah.
And Lil Tony was like, me and Lil Tony was still playing with John at the time.
Okay.
So Lil Tony was like, Calvin, he was like, Calvin Rodgers? He like he right around the corner.
Right.
Because they was at the place Superior Street.
Yeah.
So we were around the corner at that place on Division, and Lil Tony knew that I was over there rehearsing with Dave. So he was like, man, Calvin's right around the corner. They came over to the rehearsal and dropped me a CD off.
Wow.
And I left Dave Hollister's rehearsal, and so I left Dave Hollister rehearsal. I went to my rehearsal for Sweet Holy, Tell the Devil I'm Back, and then went down I left the rehearsal for Sweet Holy, and then went down to Superior Street and auditioned for Donnie, for R. Kelly. And then he was like, oh man, he was like, dude, you the man. So they were having rehearsals every night, and we were doing this. Remember, they had we were supposed to go on that tour with Dave. He was opening up for Mary J. Blige. We were supposed to go on that tour.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a big thing, right?
And it fell through.
Right.
So we ended up not doing that. And it's just crazy because I probably wouldn't have played that Tell the Devil I'm Back record.
Wow.
Because I was trying to figure out how that was gonna happen, how all of that was gonna work. And then I was just like, it didn't end up falling through. But it fell through, and that didn't happen. But then the Rob thing happened.
Right.
So in the last week of rehearsing, last week or the last 2 weeks of rehearsing for Tell the Devil I'm Back, I got the R. Kelly gig. So I was leaving the rehearsals on Tuesdays and Thursdays and going down to Superior Street and rehearsing with Rob at 11 o'clock at night. We were rehearsing 2 songs. You know how that go with Donnie. So we would rehearse from it would start as soon as I got there, because I couldn't do any of the rehearsals during the day. And I had told him, I'm like, man, I'm getting ready for the session. I got this happening. So he was like, well, just come here as soon as you get down. So I would get there at 9, 10 o'clock at night, and we would rehearse until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I go home, go to sleep, and then go to my day rehearsals for that Sweet Holy session, and then go back to Rob rehearsals. I did that for the last 2 weeks. When I came off tour with R. Kelly, I was just trying to figure out what I was gonna do, and everybody was telling me, okay, now this is the time for you. This is when you should move to LA. You go to LA, you just finished a big tour, y'all toured, America and Europe. You were out for a year and a half. People are kind of hearing about who you are. You need to go to LA, find another gig. And I was I had to be honest. I'm I didn't really like playing with R. Kelly. It was great for my resume, but I didn't enjoy the music.
Right.
So I was just okay, what am I gonna do? And for some reason, then I said, if I go to LA and chase a gig, and my motivation is the money, I'm gonna end up doing that for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I'm if I do it this way, if I do something I don't want to do, if I start playing music that I don't like just because the pay is good, I feel like I'm never gonna stop. So I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. I stayed at home. I started back playing with Ricky. John had fired me because I went on tour with Rob. John would make me come to Charlotte and he would find stuff for me to play on. He would just dig up old crates of tape and be like, play on this, I'm probably gonna put this song out. Play on this, I'm gonna put that song out. And he would teach me how to play the click, teach me how to play without a click, teach me about tone, making sure my drums sounded good. John taught me all of that. He taught me all of that. And he made me a grown man. He made me he taught me, I knew how to play with a loop, but he taught me how to still be a drummer. I remember John would tell me man, when the loop come on, you tend to lay back a little bit. He was like, don't do that because I never listen to the drum loop in my wedge. I'm listening to you. Oh, okay. So he made me that's how I had to, and I would have to do that. Man, we playing with John, you went, it was like, get on the bus, ride the bus, go in the building and play what's ever there. Mm-hmm. And he dared you to be like, oh, I can't hear, or the drums are raggedy. It's like, man, you going home on a Greyhound. Literally. He didn't care, bro. Literally. John was like, turn that loop on. It didn't matter if there was a speaker hanging over in the corner. Mm-hmm. There's no such thing as wedges. We just went and played whatever churches had. And John he would go to every church, whatever church that said, yes, you can come by on a Sunday morning. If we on the way to Sacramento and we gonna stop and get something to eat and change and get some food, and we happen to find a church that'll let us come, we went there. Wow. And it didn't matter how big the church was. John didn't care. He wasn't really, because it wasn't about the money. He didn't really need the bread. Right. It was just about playing. And he was really just teaching us, man, this is the way life is going to be. Yeah. And you just got it. If you want to be one of the cats, you got to be able to make the adjustment. I got a chance to experience Nashville and see the difference in how they do sessions there, because it's different there. You get there, they hand you the charts, you skim them over, you probably got one time down to play it, and then after that, they're pressing the button. Wow. That's it. It's, you know what I'm saying? It was very, very different from the gospel sessions I had done. You could track 5-6 songs before lunch. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So your cartage comes at 9 o'clock in the morning, and you're getting tones by 10. You know what I'm saying? And you're tracking the first song by 10:15. And, by 2 o'clock, hey guys, we're gonna take a break. Let's do lunch. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna come back and we're gonna get 4 more songs and we're gonna go home. I did records. I've gone to Nashville and done 8 songs in a day. So when I started working with Donald, then we started doing that here. So Donald would call us and have, at first, some of the sessions I would do with Donald, we would go in there and do one song. But we would start moving through the song so quickly, and I was getting drums done so fast that everybody else started, you know what I'm saying? So Danny was like, so we started moving. Instead of doing one song a day, we did the record with I Am Healed on it. The very first session we probably did one song. But then, as the session started progressing, we start moving through the song so quickly, and the drums start happening so fast, and everybody started catching up, and so the next record, the next session, we had 3 songs. Nice. And we got them done. He was like, oh man, cool. Then the next session, 3 songs. So now he's halfway done with his record. Right. And then, and this is the way people have been doing sessions for years. When I would do sessions with Donald, I would stay behind. The rest of the band, after we do a band, because Donald would do a session, he'd do it with the band, he'd get done with the band, and the singers would be coming. Right. So the band would track at 3, 4 o'clock, we get done, and then the band leaves, and then he bring vocals in, and I would stay behind for the vocal sessions. Man, I would just look at how he ran those sessions, look at, how he would take those vocal ideas, how he would just flip them, how he would take those songs and just morph them into masterpieces. And I just sit there and watch him, and just take mental notes. And I would just, I would always ask him yo, you doing vocals after this? And he'd be like, yep, I'm staying. And I would stay and I would just watch. And I did the same thing and start watching Vashon write songs. I paid attention to how Vashon caught on to Bishop Trotter really quickly. It was amazing to me that Vashon Mitchell came to Sweet Holy Spirit in the time he did. Bishop Trotter had been saying what's to come is better than what's been most of his entire life. Not one minister of music he had, no one thought to turn that into a song for him. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever thought to do that. I watched Vashawn quickly. He's there for like 2 years. And he's there for 2 years and comes in, hears that, and he's smart enough to go, I need to write a song for that. So he just locks in on Bishop Trotter and what he's saying. And he catches his spirit, he catches his vibe, and then he's like, what is he saying in the song? Celebrate a new beginning, leave the past behind. Don't worry, the trouble's over. God's preparing better things. What's to come is better than what's been. That is nothing but a Bishop Trotter sermon. Yeah. That's his sermon. Yes, that's all the stuff. So I started locking in on it. I'm like, man, he's just catching on he's catching the spirit. So that was showing me to have longevity with artists, to be a part now of their process, to be where people associate you with such great things or such great people. You have to catch into them. You got to lock in on them if you want to be a part of their journey. So that's what I started doing. That was really that kind of mindset and that setting, that blueprint was really how I lasted so long with Fred. You know what I'm saying? That was really like how that worked out. I kept caught on to his spirit. The values that my father instilled in me about music and musicians, and just the way he made me feel about it was always like, first of all, there's always going to be somebody better. Second of all, this is a gift, and it's totally not yours. So, like, the minute you decide that you want to be arrogant with it, dude, God gonna fix your butt. He will take you. He will take that spot from you and will give it to somebody else. So you got to be grateful for every opportunity. And even when it started getting big, like even when I was doing all of that stuff, I wouldn't say that when I was younger, I was very smart. I wouldn't say that. But I will say that one of the smartest things I did was I just never bought into the hype. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? John used to tell me all the time, hype does not pay bills. And so I would look around, I'm like, yeah, everybody know me, and I walk in the room, and Calvin, yo, what's up? I'm like, my car falling apart.
That's real stuff.
I got a 1-bedroom apartment, you know what I'm saying? So, and I would spend time with all these people who had a bunch of stuff, and I would see them, and then I never bought into it, man. I loved it, but I was just like, this is not, I'm like, this ain't something that, like, you should be walking around gloating over, like, acting like you're better than someone, because you're not, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's got a gift, or everyone knows someone that's got a gift that's better than the person next to them. It's just all about, really, it's about timing, and it's about you being blessed enough to be in a situation where a door was open for you. Because that could be you take away one major moment in our life.
Oh, yeah.
And everything is different.
Absolutely.
So one night we leave this gig, we leave the show at the Note. Kevin Randolph calls my phone while I'm driving home. He's like, hey, Eric Levy was about to call you. So he's like, I just gave Eric your number. Somebody needs a drummer for a band, and you're going to go on a tour. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, okay, cool. So Eric calls me, and he goes, hey man, there's this tour going on, this blues artist. They're going on tour. It starts tomorrow here in Chicago. And so are you interested? And I'm like, yeah. He tells me how much money it's going to be. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, man, dude, you know what I need to do? He was like, show up. The first gig is at Kingston Mine. And, you know, just be there. And then we'll go from there. I'm like, okay, cool. Get to Kingston Mine. There's so much detail in this story. So, literally, I get there. I get to Kingston Mine. I pull my drums out. I put my drums out of the car. I take like my bass drum and my snare drum in. I sit my bass drum and my snare drum down. Bass player is standing on stage. He's tuning his guitar, and he's looking at me. I sit my bass drum down. So he says, you the drummer for the night? I'm like, yeah. He said, you a church dude? You play in church? I'm like, yeah, I play church. Man, come in here playing all that church-esque. Don't come in here doing that, man. Don't come in here with all them chops, all that busy-esque. No, man, this blues music, man. Don't come in here playing all this. I'm like, can I get the rest of my drums in? Like, I haven't even played anything yet. So, I set my drums up, finally get out. So, me and him, once I get my drums set up, we start playing. We played first. He started talking me through the song and everything. So he's cool with me. He starts to warm up to me. Yeah. Artist comes in, walks in, and he tells me, he comes up to the drums. He say, first song is mid-tempo, straight blues shuffle. I want the drive on for. Give me that straight hard blues shuffle. So I said, okay. So he counts it off. He said, 1, 2, 3, block, boom, bass player's like, okay. Like, yeah, all right, cool. All right. So he starts warming up. He said, yo, we got a beat long break coming up. 2, 3, and pick up. So he's warming up to me now. So he's like, okay, cool. So we get into the end of the song, and he tells me he's like a big feel. Give him a big feel ending, and then right after that, he said, we're going to go straight into another hard blues joint, but it's a little bit quicker. He said, I'm going to count you off, same vibe. So we play boom, ba-doom, 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 plomp, plomp, boom, big, all that big ending. Boom, 1, 2, 3, ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. We go straight into it. He's just like, come right there. So he's cool with me now, right? So Kingston's mine, right? So we finished the sound check. So now this gig runs like you gotta play like 9 o'clock, and then it's like you on for an hour, off for an hour. So it's a 6-hour gig, but you play for 3 hours. Wow. Yeah. So we do that. So we go to sound checks. We get done with sound check. We all go in the back. Now, mind you, we're supposed to leave for a tour the next day. Right. So we finish the sound check. They take us to this back room. The bass player's like, yo, man, you sound good, young blood. You sound good. Yo, man, check it out. This tour is gonna be fun. I've been playing with my man for years. I know all of the places for us to be. Every city we play in, I know where the bar's at. I know where the women at. I know the bartenders. I know all the good eats. Man, bass player and the drummer, they should be tight, man. They gotta be tight. They gotta be tight, man. We gotta do, you know what I'm saying? Man, it's bass and drums, you know what I'm saying? What you got in the band if you ain't got bass and drums, you know what I'm saying, man? What you got? You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing, young blood. So, man, it's me and you, we should be tight anyway, man. So, hang out with me. Me and you on this tour, man, man, everybody's secretive around here, man. Everybody's doing their own thing, man. But listen, man, it's bass and drums, man. So listen, you hang out with me on the road, and then we just gonna we have our own thing, man. We gonna party, we gonna kick it, man. We gonna have so much fun, man. It's gonna be killing, man. We gonna do our thing, huh? We gonna do our thing. That's what we gonna do our thing, man. We gonna bass and drums, baby. That's what you got, huh?
He just started shooting heroin?
Right in front of my very eyes, man.
God.
He blacks out. The crazy thing was, this was where I realized, I probably shouldn't say it. I don't know. There was this, so they had a house band at Kingston's Mine.
Yeah.
House band was called All Coked Up.
Oh, wow.
That was the name of the band.
Yeah.
They had a midget lead singer who was a James Brown impersonator. He's a James Brown impersonator. And his microphone stand was like this big, yo. It was like it's like this high, bro. And so I'm standing there, I'm like, Man, and he's doing James Brown tricks, he's kicking the mic over, grabbing it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, where in the world did he get this microphone stand from, man? Why he got his own personal microphone stand? I didn't realize it was a kick drum microphone stand. But he like doing his best James Brown impression. One night, my phones wasn't no plugs over by, so I had to put my phones on the charger. I had to plug my chargers up where the TV was. Well, I guess I went to sleep. My phones were ringing overnight. My phones were ringing. So when I woke up in the morning, I had been in the room. Now I'm sitting in the room for about watching TV, flipping through TV, probably about an hour and a half maybe. And I realized, I'm like, dang, my phone ain't rung, it ain't buzzed, nothing. So I go over there and get my phones, and I'm like, why are my phones powered off? So I'm like, hey, did you power my phones off? Yeah, they were ringing too much last night. I was trying to sleep. I'm like, what? So I powered my phones on, bro. I got like 50 missed calls. Like, my girl was calling my phone. She blowing my phone up. Like, why your phone going straight to voicemail? Like, Joey Woolfolk was the master instigator, and he kept me and Maurice into it. We were out somewhere. I was dating. I was single. So I'm dating like this one chick. I was talking to this one chick, talking to her, and we would go into a city. We had some days off in the city. Maurice knew this one particular chick I was talking to, so she was cool with Maurice because he had introduced us. So she was cool with Maurice. She would let Maurice come. You know, he'd come to town. She'd let him take one of her cars. You know what I'm saying? He'd be driving all around the city. So I'm like, yo, we get to the city. He like, man, what you gonna do? I'm like, man, you know, I met this young lady. You know, so I'm thinking I might just try to go see what's up with her. Maybe take her to dinner or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Do that. He was like, oh, you ain't gonna get up with homegirl? I'm like, no, and I don't want her to know I'm in town. I don't want her to know I'm in town. Right. So the next thing I know, my phone rings. I had left out of the back. I walk out of the back. It just so happens to the young lady's calling my phone. Maurice picks my phone up, gets on the phone, and it's like, hey, yeah, did Calvin tell you we coming to town? Yeah, we gonna be there for about 2-3 days. Can I use your car while I'm there? She like, he didn't tell me. So I come back on the back room in the bus. I open the door, and I'm like, why are you on my phone? And he's like, oh, here. So I'm like, hello? Why you didn't tell me you was coming to town? Who told you I was coming to town? Maurice just told me y'all about to be in town for like 2 days. Y'all got some off day. I'm gonna call you right back. I hung that phone up. So now, here's the scenario. We're in the back lounge of the bus. Right. Maurice is standing up, looking at me dumb. Joey Woolfolk is sitting right here on the couch, just watching. I cursed Maurice out from top, man. I mean, I lit into him. I was going off on Maurice. He's like, I mean, I didn't know you meant that. I'm like, what are you talking about? What you mean? So, man, I was furious. I'm furious. I walk up out of the room. Joey sits there and says, you can't let him talk to you like that. You cannot let him talk to you like that, man. That's disrespectful in the most disrespectful way. We supposed to be brothers, man. We supposed to be brothers. So, man, I come back in the room on the bus. Maurice, I need to talk to you. Joey gets up like, let me get y'all. So he leaves out. He gets up and leaves out. Sit down. I want to talk to you.
This is Maurice.
Yeah. Sit down. I want to talk to you. You invaded my personal space. You got me in some junk I didn't want to be in. I told you I didn't want to see that girl. Typical Maurice, man. That's Maurice Fitzgerald, bro.
Tell a story about the outfits.
Oh my God. So, all of us know, don't tell Maurice, everybody knows, don't tell Maurice what cologne you wearing. If you in a room with Maurice, don't leave your toiletry, because it would be nothing for Maurice to go in my bag. Maurice would be like, I come out of the shower getting ready to go to a gig, Maurice would be like, oh man, that's nice what you got on, man, that smells good. He'll go right in the bathroom and spray my cologne on him. You go to a mall with Maurice, You pick up a pair of jeans. Oh man, I'm gonna get these jeans right here. Oh, them sharp, man. See if they got them in my size. No, we are going to the same place. Look at the Kimberell video. Maurice has on the turtleneck just like I got on. Do not wear the same thing I'm wearing. Dude, man, come on. So Maurice they did sound check. Maurice is dressed for the day. He got on maybe some jeans. He got on like a button-up shirt or something. I had these Hirachis. So Maurice had already went and bought the same sneakers I had. I came downstairs and I had on some black jeans. I had on a white t-shirt and I had on a black and red Jordan jersey. Yeah. I had a black and red Jordan jersey on with my red, black, and white Hirachis on. Right? Maurice had his clothes on. Right. I come out the room, Joey like, dang. He's like, man, you killing, bro. He's like, okay. Maurice is like, that's what you wearing? I'm like, yeah. I go downstairs. Maurice comes back downstairs. He puts on black jeans, a white shirt, and a black and red Miami Heat jersey with his Hirachis on. I'm like, oh my God. I'm standing in the lobby. When he comes downstairs, I'm standing in the lobby looking at him like, dude, I was like, I was so mad, like, Maurice, go upstairs and change. Oh my God. He was like, for what? You went and put on, you was dressed already. Why you going to put on the same thing I had on? I became like obsessed with this word beloved like a few years back. So right when I was getting ready to let Beloved go, I played on the Marvin Sapp record. We did a studio record. And guess what the second song on the record was called? This was fun.
So fun, man.
Yes,
oh,
yes.
God.
Yeah, man.
That was Calvin Rodgers. Jesus.
Thanks for watching. I'm Sharay Reed, and see you next time on Travel, Taste, and Talk.